Hello YouTubers. Today I would like to show you all my 1989 Yamaha YZ250WR. This bike was pretty much a YZ250, except they used some blue and white graphics on the bike and a larger rear tire. This rear rim has a 19-inch diameter, whereas most of the other YZs for this year have an 18-inch. I guess the idea was for motocross that extra large diameter would cut down on the knobby sidewall and give you better traction on the track. A lot of people say it doesn't work so well on the trail, but I'll tell you what, I don't have any problems with it at all. I picked this bike up on eBay from a local guy here in Florida, and I'll tell you what, it's bone stock. Yeah, it's had some stickers put on it, but it's an honest representation of what this motorcycle looks like without a full restoration. You can still see it's got the decal on the fork tube, although it's pretty rubbed off. I mean, it's got the fork protectors. Brake calipers are nice on it. Carburetor, fuel lines, everything's stock. It's a really well-kept motorbike. The prior owners, you can tell, did not beat on this thing. This was not owned by some kid. This was not owned by someone who, goes out and just rides rough and doesn't take care of their stuff. Whoever owned this bike took really good care of it. And next to it is my 1989 Suzuki RM250 with a Slingshot carburetor. This is another rare bike to find. This bike was in a private collection for quite a while. And you can see I got the old Haro BMX graphics for the whole shot plate. I don't know if that's really the right plate for the bike, but, whatever. So the Suzuki is pretty much the same seat height. The only thing you'll notice the difference is you've got a narrower rear end on the Suzuki seat and a much wider taper on the YZ seat. Being that I'm now 50 years old and I want to preserve my kidneys, I'm not riding on a brand new dirt bike. They're like buckboards. I need to have a little bit of suspension, a little bit of smoothness. This is from my era. This is from my generation, and I don't care what anybody says about newer dirt bikes being faster and fuel injection and this, that, and other. This is what I like. I can go buy a new dirt bike if I want to, cookie cutter dirt bike just like everybody else has, but I have an appreciation for old things from the 80s because that's just my era, and this is really what I like. So yeah, the YZ has a stock exhaust system. The RM has an aftermarket Pro Circuit system. I just did a Kickstarter replacement on this one. It was really easy because it had a lot of slop in it because I guess the bearing that's down here gets loose. This was a 2-minute job. You just pull that screw out, pull it out, make sure the spline count. This is a genuine OEM Yamaha part, nice and tight. She cranks right up on the second kick. And can't wait to get this thing out with my kid and go riding. One more note, the WR250 has a special wiring harness that comes up into here and allows you to connect a front headlight to the bike if you want to. I guess that's for enduro racing. I guess this bike primarily was set up as an enduro motorcycle, but from what I noticed, it's just like a stock YZ250. It's got taller gears, of course. It'll do 90 wide open on the highest gear. Low end is awesome. It has a ton of torque. It will not absolutely blow you off the seat like the Suzuki will, but once it gets opened up on the power band, if you're not holding on, it's gonna hurt you. It's a powerful machine, and I'm very happy with it. These things are getting harder and harder to come by as time goes on. More of them end up parted out, trashed, stolen, whatnot. I hope to get a lot of years out of this and pass it on to my boy at some time and let them enjoy it. So, yeah, 1989 Yamaha YZ250WR and a 1989 Suzuki RM250. Maybe I'll pick a CR up if I can find a nice 89. If anybody out there knows of a deal on one, post it on my page. Hit like, please, or subscribe. I've got a lot of interesting things that I've collected over the years that I'm going to start posting on there to show you all. As I do repairs on these bikes and service, I'll make sure I post what I go through to do. everyone knows his or her strengths and weaknesses when it comes to wrenching on these dirt bikes. I'm hoping that the community can give me some pointers as well, like with chain tensioning. I was told there's a 2-finger rule here, so I'm pretty much in compliance. However, on my Suzuki, I'm really tight, and I'm a little bit too tight, as a matter of fact, so I might have to make an adjustment on that. I'm not sure what the science is behind chain tension, but I was always told about the 2-finger rule. If anybody can chime in and let me know really how I would make this chain adjustment spot on, I would appreciate it, because I don't want to go out there and snap my chain or cause any damage to anything on the bike if it does snap. And going on some jumps and bottoming out that rear suspension, I'm concerned it just might put a little too much tension on that chain. Anyways, I hope you all liked the video. If you have any questions, feel free to post it on the page, and I'll try to answer you as quickly as possible. So yeah, 1989 WR250, Suzuki RM250, both 89s. Take it easy.